The Coinsaurus channel is pleased to have you back. It's not just that certain secrets were revealed today, let's take a small walk down memory lane as well. Thus, in this video, I will be sharing with you two stories that, in my opinion, complement each other really well. First up, this one from Crypto Basics. The Chief Technology Officer of Ripple explains the inspiration behind the currency's name, XRP. What about this, from Cointelegraph? I never thought anything like this would surface, but it is really neat. The newly revealed Satoshi emails expose a wealth of early Bitcoin legend, according to the headline here. I hold it, I care about its success, and I hold it even if you're not that enthusiastic about Bitcoin, which, to be honest, I am only marginally interested in. I value all that nonsense. There's something I want to draw attention to that I think you'll all find amusing since it shows how foolish those Bitcoin maxi trolls are. I should preface this by saying that I am completely unprepared financially. No matter what I say, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. I'm not a financial advisor. As a hobby and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. The first piece is up next. Okay, I'll admit that I've broached this subject on my channel before, but it's been years. Perhaps some of you already know this, however I'm curious as to what fraction of our community is familiar with the origins of the XRP moniker. In any case, the following is how peace is represented. The decision to name the native currency of the XRP ledger XRP was stated by David Schwartz, Ripple's Chief Technology Officer. This was shared on Reddit with the crypto community. This is going to be highlighted, there's no need to read the rest of the post. Edward Farina, head of social adoption for XRP Healthcare, just highlighted Schwartz's insight on X. To be fair, this is very neat stuff. Additionally, I will also make note of this. XRP is a relatively new name. The original name for XRP was XNS when it was founded in June of 2012. It occurred to me right after I pushed record, so I didn't bring it up again, but I now can't remember the reasoning for it. I consulted David Schwartz, and he ended up answering my question in a separate video. It all makes sense in the end. XRP was originally called X and S before being renamed. Well, the story behind XRP and its unique coding started with an idea from a man named Brian Fugger in 2004. He proposed an IOU system, which predates both Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. I won't go into detail about it in this video, because I don't want to lose track of the overall plot. However, the name of such payment system was Ripple. I believe that was 4 years ago. Thus, they merely appropriated the moniker in an effort to incorporate that idea into XRP. And this was before Ripple was even a corporation. And here's where things get murky. Looking back, we can see that you muddied the waters a bit, since in the end, what Ripple did was they have XRP on hand. Also, you'll notice that Ripple is involved with it. In hindsight, it was probably not the best decision, but hey, it was early days, so I'm not going to get too worked up about it. Then they had OpenCoin, which was a new coin, and finally renamed the company to Ripple. So now there's a cryptocurrency called Ripple and the company is called Ripple. Thereafter, it should come as no surprise that any honest businessperson will recognize the difference between Ripple and XRP. On the other hand, you can see the timeline displayed here. Here, I'll read aloud to you. A 3-letter currency code is generated by adding 1 character to the 2-letter country code of the issuing country, according to David Schwartz, who helped create XRP and the XRP ledger. Even though the US dollar has the currency code USD, not all countries use the same system. The US is one of those countries. The European Union area code is EU. Therefore, EUR is the Euro's currency code. Naturally, no nation has ever issued XRP. Concerning assets that have not been issued by any nation, no country code that begins with the letter X will be supplied unless it is the first letter. For instance, while some individuals use BTC for Bitcoin, those who are concerned about standards use XBT. This is because the currency code for gold is XA, which is derived from the molecular symbol AU for gold. Take a moment to reflect on that. He admitted that some individuals use Bitcoin right now. This was a long time ago, though. The point is, with everyone using Bitcoin, the standard is practically irrelevant. Yeah, but it's Bitcoin that's being utilized, and people enjoy it more as time goes on. Right now, it's not being used exclusively, as I'll mention in a moment. Regardless, allow me to complete David Schwartz's writing in this area. Since XRP is not backed by a government, its initial character is an X. In the beginning, we referred to the native asset in the ledger as ripples. The correct natural currency code would have been XRP, but I doubt anyone uses that term anymore. Well, I've heard about zips. Since I rarely hear anyone refer to them as XRP SERPs anymore, I guess that's how old this is. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's entirely gone. Wow, XRP SERPs was everywhere when I joined the XRP community in 2017, but these days it's almost unheard of. Indeed, XRP, popularly known as deserving for a long time here, has been there for quite a while, but I'm presuming that those who have joined in the past couple of years may not have heard of it before. However, Bitcoin isn't involved, it's merely XRP. X-Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash? When you search for Bitcoin on Google, this is what comes up. As you can see, I'm circling this area on the screen. By the way, the price of Bitcoin is 50,980 buckaroos, and it's represented as XBT where you go determines it all. However, I only want to point out that they have been standards for quite a while. I still don't think enough people care, but it's interesting how this is, as I mentioned recently, a little historical reminiscence. After all, that's why XRP is named XRP. However, we did have some more historical stuff here, and I rather enjoyed it. I think you'll like this even if you don't care much about Bitcoin. Take another look at the headline. The recently leaked Satoshi emails include a wealth of information on the early days of Bitcoin. The answer is yes. In addition, they provide a chance to mock the dimwit Bitcoin trolls that Matthew is known to harass. Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, and Marty Malini, his first collaborator, released 120 pages of their email correspondences on GitHub on February 23, revealing a plethora of details about the early days of Bitcoin. For what it's worth in the grand scheme of things, I agree that this was necessary. It seems to me to be a significant matter. It's practical, it's intriguing, and all that. It has taken me by surprise. After all this time, I had no idea there was a treasure trove like this. I mean, you're talking about emails from 13 to 15 years ago. If you're into cryptocurrencies, I hope you can enjoy this, even if you're not particularly enthusiastic about Bitcoin right now. It's cool stuff. Being the starting point, I believe it's awesome that this is where it all began. If this were not to occur, without XRP and all the other cryptocurrencies that have emerged, the cryptocurrency and blockchain communities would be in a state of perpetual uncertainty over the identity of Nakamoto. On the other hand, Melamine's emails were originally presented as evidence in a London court case initiated by the Crypto Open Patent Alliance against Craig Wright, who was falsely accused of being Nakamoto. A quick review of the emails by Cointelegraph did not reveal anything that would quickly implicate Satoshi as the email's genuine owner. Historians and Bitcoin law enthusiasts, however, will find many great quotations about Satoshi Inos in the emails. That is the same no-nonsense style that is seen throughout the Bitcoin white paper, basic, simple yet thorough. An email addressed to Mommy on June 11, 2009, seems to cast serious doubt on the long-held belief that Satoshi himself coined the term Bitcoin. Additionally, this contains a few of intriguing elements. This is presuming, which may or may not be correct, that the person or people named Satoshi Nakamoto are not necessarily a singular entity. I will not understand unless there is an effort to avoid using gender. But the origin of the term cryptocurrency and its relevance to Bitcoin, or lack thereof, is what really piques my interest in this context. According to Satoshi, a person coined the term cryptocurrency, which could be a good way to describe Bitcoin. Mommy got a good reply out of him when he asked if he thought it sounded good. He went on to say that it sounded better than digital P2P, cash, and peer-to-peer currency. Alright, but they left out the most intriguing detail, which was revealed by Crypto Caesar, a chart analyst. This is significant because Satoshi Nakamoto clearly decided that, yes, it is the right phrase, and that it is indeed a cryptocurrency. Here we go with the instructional part. The next full screen displays the following: the announcement of version 0.3 of Bitcoin, the P2P cryptocurrency. This means that Satoshi Nakamoto referred to you as a Bitcoin in the early days of the cryptocurrency, which is 2010, right? However, have you noticed the recent trend? It seems to have been more prevalent for the last 2 or 3 years. No, according to the poisonous Bitcoin maximalists, Bitcoin is more than that, it's an asset class. There is no asset class to which it belongs. Rather than being a coin, it is an asset class. That's every other piece of garbage you can find. Is this story anything you've seen? What utter bullshit. But again, these folks are just smelling their own farts, because they live in an echo chamber, you know? It's really ridiculous, but that's all. You dweebs, but this is what Bitcoin says. They have deceived themselves, and are so toxic, that they believe it. Now that Bitcoin is being argued as not being a cryptocurrency, it is actually a cryptocurrency by definition. Satoshi Nakamoto stated this in 2010, before anyone had heard of it. Crypto Caesar was bringing this to the attention of the maxis by saying that the next time someone claims Bitcoin isn't crypto, they should show an email from Satoshi referring to it as cryptocurrency, which is true. What makes this so humorous is because this was not the assertion when I first started investing in cryptocurrency in 2017. Because why I enjoy making fun of these dimwits. Actually, it was the polar opposite. I had never encountered this assertion made by any poisonous Bitcoin maximalist. As of 2017, they asserted Bitcoin was the sole cryptocurrency and all other cryptocurrencies were inferior. In any case, the rest was pure S-word coin. In the beginning, Bitcoin was the only cryptocurrency. Somehow, though, it changed its name to Bitcoin and now all other cryptocurrencies are just a form of investment. Does our system rely on cryptography? Is that what it does? What complete dimwits. Yes, I think it's funny. In any case, that's the way it is. My response was a letter in which I recounted my 2017 foray into cryptocurrency and how, at the time, Bitcoin Max had claimed that Bitcoin was the sole cryptocurrency. And in response, he answered, yeah, a little bit, which isn't quite enough. He's still only giving me 10% quality and 90% dog S-word, so I'm not sure what he's going at. Sincerely, when he made that statement to me. I mean, I get that most cryptocurrencies are terrible. But I wonder if it's because he brought to my attention that I'm pro XRP, and from what I gather he isn't too. That's why I don't care if people see cryptis the same way I do. However, if he says yeah, a little bit in 2017, then I'll be very interested. It would be surprising if you could, but I dare you to locate a single post by a single Bitcoin maximalist in 2017 that claims Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency and that all other cryptocurrencies are. Please provide evidence and documentation, I'm sure you'll find it. Sure, I'll take it if you can figure it out. However, it would be more convenient if we could locate 10 more that state the exact opposite. In any case, that's okay. Clearly, this is all fascinating information. It's simply a matter of setting a new precedence. Although I found this entertaining, I absolutely loathe maximalism. I find it so damaging to the crypto world that I can't help but poke fun at it. And I will do it without fail. Whatever coin it is, I could care less. Being opposed to Bitcoin is not the point. Bitcoin has my full support, I've held some since 2017. For the ignorant, I simply believe it's foolish. So, this is where the piece picks up again. Satoshi's astute comprehension of anonymity, its implications, and the dangers of misinformation for Bitcoin is further demonstrated in Mommy's email correspondence. Oh, and this is quite cool, you should look at this. Here is Satoshi's take on the matter. I also think it's a sensible thing to do because, as I said earlier, there has never been anything like this before. Everyone is confused about what this is. It's reasonable to be worried about this. Thus, his writing is shown here. Given the rise in popularity of Bitcoin addresses over IP addresses, I believe we should downplay the anonymity aspect. It cannot be implied that it is anonymous by default. One must exercise caution when appearing in court while claiming anonymity. Yeah. This is the KCC Dominus, but it's not totally anonymous. It can be traced and linked between accounts, so your transactions will eventually get up in your original account. That is why it is so blatantly foolish to use Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for criminal reasons. Once again, Addy's spelling is terrible. According to an email that basically foretells the rise of blockchain forensics, the outcry would be even worse if someone were to dive into the transaction history and start releasing information that people thought was anonymous. I believe it's a key issue, and it's clear that Satoshi was giving this some serious thought. If we haven't set expectations by advising ahead of time that you have to take measures, then you're absolutely right. Also, some people might have been misled into thinking it was anonymous when in fact it isn't. You must be really mad that you dared to challenge the gods, huh? Obviously, it stinks to be you if you're still up to no good. The illicit material was probably not a good idea on your part. Therefore, I will not be met with much compassion. However, it may simply much appreciate your privacy, even if it has nothing to do with doing unlawful things. Indeed, disseminating the message is vital. Whether the ignorant and poisonous Bitcoin maxi trolls like it or not, Bitcoin is a part of the cryptocurrency asset class. I'm not a financial advisor. You shouldn't buy or sell anything based on what I say. These are things that we now take for granted but that we simply understand. Once the video reaches that point, it stops. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Coming up shortly, farewell.